Call it the mid-season state of the Bills. General manager Brandon Beane has had a lot on his plate recently, so there was plenty for him to address when he met with the Western New York media ahead of practice Wednesday at One Bills Drive. Beane's news conference came the day after a busy day of transactions for the Bills. Moves that included trading running back Zack Moss and a conditional draft pick to the Indianapolis Colts in exchange for running back Nyheim Hines, as well as shipping a 7th-round draft pick to the Atlanta Falcons for safety Dean Marlowe. Neither one of these moves at 1 o'clock were anywhere near happening, Beane said. So if they didn't happen, for whatever reason, I could have sat up here, said we believe in who we got, and we do, but I am always going to look. If it makes sense for the Buffalo Bills, today and long term, we're going to try and make it happen. Of the 2 guys we got, there's another 100 plus that we looked into. I think we dug deep on just 10 safeties alone, but we looked at other positions. Is there a chance to acquire a depth player? Maybe not a starter, but a depth piece, just to shore us up, should injury happen. But these were the 2 that we felt made the most sense. The Bills were connected to a couple different running backs in the weeks leading up the trade deadline, most notably Carolina's Christian McCaffrey before he was sent to the 49ers. I'd say a lot of those were probably more rumors than all factual what was out there, Beane said. But there's a lot of posturing that goes on and leveraging. I know it started with McCaffrey. Yes, that was the last draft I was there in Carolina. Know him well, and when you hear he's on the block, I wouldn't be doing my due diligence to not look into that. The process of how we look into things from a scouting standpoint is our scouts have teams they are responsible for and they're tracking everything, and when you hear buzzes out there on Twitter, in the media, whatever that a player may be available, that's their job, is to turn on the film, evaluate them and then look into it. Beane said he did discuss McCaffrey with the Panthers and stayed in touch throughout the process, but never did make an offer. The price the 49ers ended up paying was more than Beane would have been willing to part with. As for the Saints' Alvin Kamara, another player the Bills reportedly were in pursuit of, Beane said he never talked to the Saints general manager about the running back. Instead, the Bills landed on Hines. Beane said he spoke with the Colts on Monday night, but talks really picked up just an hour before the 4 p.m. Tuesday deadline arrived. Another guy with speed, experience, Beane said. He can go out there and play slot. Back at NC State, he was a punt returner, kick returner, receiver, running back. He can do a lot of things. So, when he's in the huddle, the defense knows he's in the game, but they don't know exactly where he's going to line up. I think you'll see that as James Cook gets going, too. You don't want to overload a rookie, but he'll be used more as a receiver, slot, things like that. So this just gives us a guy who's proven, who can add in, and we'll see. But if we needed him to go play slot receiver for a game, once he picks up the offense, he's got that skill set. Beane said that Hines' addition should cut into the playing time for Cook, the team's rookie 2nd-round draft pick. This should affect James at all, he said. This is a proven commodity that does some of the same things, but also, as he learns the offense, there could be multiple packages where James and Nyheim are in the game at the same time, or still James and Devin Singletary, or Devin and Nyheim. I think it just gives us the opportunity to be more versatile, multiple variations of the different personnel packages that Coach Dorsey can put out there. Beane also said the trade was not a negative reflection on Moss, whom the team drafted in the 3rd round in 2020. None of this was a negative on Zack. Zack is a very good player, and I want everybody to understand that, Beane said. Zack is going to have success in this league, but the way our offense works, you got to get Devin a lather. Cook's got his role, and it was just hard to get Zack the role that he wants, and so I think this will give him an opportunity to showcase his skill set as well. So hopefully this is a win for the Bills, a win for Zack and the Colts in where they're headed. Other topics addressed Wednesday by Beane included the potential pursuit of free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. OBJ is a heck of a talent, where he was drafted, obviously he had the great catch, and, he might have been the MVP of that Super Bowl. Does he not tear the ACL? Really unfortunate for a lot of things for him to have to re-tear that, but he's a heck of a player. Everybody in this room knows who OBJ is, and so, I don't have to tell you guys, and again, you know me. If we think he can help this team, we'd be crazy not to at least look into it. If we did, you have to remember there's financials, there's roles, there's all sorts of things that would all have to line up. But yeah, you can. A guy of his talent, of course, we would look into that. On the status of 2 of the team's injured players, guard Ike Boeger and wide receiver Jamison Crowder. Regarding Boger, he's still working his way back. I do think Ike has a good chance to come back this season and don't want to give a date yet. I think he'll get there and have an opportunity for us to at least open that practice window. See what it looks like and see where we're at, where the linemen we have are at that time. Regarding Crowder, who is on injured reserve with a broken ankle, I don't know yet on that one. Jameson is a competitive dude. He's been in here working and I know he would love to come back if the opportunity was there, but I don't have a timeline on him yet.